Let's go to our
Oh,
last one on our super hot fire 5 list. Caleb, who do we put as our number 5 team?
COVID-19.
COVID-19. Now, that might be the 2020-2021 NBA champions because things are starting to get a little rough in the NBA. And the list of players that have been quarantining because of contact tracing has been kind of amazing. And hey, freezing cold takes. All the people that are waiting to hear us on our two rights and a wrong, we know our wrong because we were talking about how the contract or the contact tracing was already extensive. Now, Caleb, they probably should have done contact tracing a while ago because Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, Bradley Beal,
Half the Heat's roster. That's why we had to postpone the game tonight. The
the
Heat didn't
Heat,
have enough
their
players
entire
to put on
roster.
the court.
They Miami Heat couldn't even play today because they didn't even have enough players. The Philadelphia Sixers barely played a game because Seth Curry had COVID and because of the contact tracing. Now, a lot of players and staff have been getting it as well. What is going on in the NBA right now, Caleb? Do you think that we might see a bubble per chance again? Because Adam Silver spoke on it and he said that his emergency plan B is using that bubble in Orlando again. And we
Okay,
might
but
have
my question for that is, how many players are going to be like, yeah, we'll do like a 55 game bubble? Like, no one's going to want to do that long. It was already a thing where people were like, I don't know if we want to do it for 3 months. That's going to be like 6 months of them being in Disney, which, yeah, to some people might be like, oh, they're in Disney and they're getting paid millions. It's not that bad. Like, they can't really have their family there. Like, and there's going to be more teams there. Like last year it worked because they only had what, 15, 16 teams. They're going to have all 30 there this year. And it's not, I don't know if they can really, that's going to, one, it's going to cost a lot of money. You're not going to, I don't know. It just doesn't, I don't know if it makes sense. I can't, you know what I mean? I'm not really there to see all the numbers and stuff they have broken down for it, but a 55 game bubble, let's just throw that number out there. How many players are actually going to want to do a 55 game bubble? Like, I don't think players are going to be like, yeah, I'll do it. Like, I don't think there's going to be too many, not named LeBron or Jared Dudley. Because LeBron James, he's a shameless coward that'll do anything.
LeBron will do anything for another Mickey Mouse ring, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But honestly, I am a little surprised with how many players have gotten COVID to start the season. It's been early, and the fact that we're already hearing major media guys talk about how the bubble might be used, that's pretty crazy. And you brought it up, Caleb. You said the players are not going to do 55 game bubble. And this is where I think the NBA is a lot like football. And we said, again, we were wrong about this again. Why are we wrong so much? God damn, we were wrong. And we said that the NBA has done a much better job than the NFL. Remember that, Caleb.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, we flopped on that one.
And look what happened now. Now the NBA is in an absolute disaster. And football was a lot the same. Now, what did
But
football do?
football just kind of dealt with it. They just kind of put their head down and bullied through it.
Football, I remember I heard somebody say it on the radio that football would test a player, and if they tested positive on, like, say, a Thursday, every player tests Sunday before game days. Have you ever noticed why the COVID results always come out on Monday morning? Because they're not going to say it on Sunday. Why? Because then all the games would have got canceled. And when I heard that, I was like, wow, that makes sense why the COVID list was always so long on Monday and Tuesday,
Yeah.
because so many players probably got it. And then NFL was just like, forget about it. We need to play. We need these games. We need the money.
Yeah.
I think the NBA is going to do the same thing. At the end of the day, these major organizations, all they care about is money. I think we're going to see 50 games played, and then we're going to see an emergency bubble, and it's going to be exactly how it was last year. I wouldn't be surprised.
I know. I agree with that. They'll just put their head down. They might, maybe, I don't know, maybe at one point they do like a 1 to 2 week break just to get everything to calm down for a little. It's just, it's crazy to me. I don't know. It's tough. I mean, this is unprecedented, right? Like we never had to deal with this stuff before. So they're just trying to figure it out as they go, which is why like it's okay to like criticize them and everything, but you got to think they have no clue what they're supposed to really do right now. There's not really like a handbook on how to handle all this.
Ding, ding, ding. You just brought up a good point. Now, can we talk about something that you were ranting about last night? You go ahead. No, you know what? You go ahead. I'm not even going to explain the point.
Surely the NBA has to see the irony in this whole situation when when Jason Tatum and Bradley Beal basically they're saying Jason Tatum gave Bradley Beal the virus, right? That's what they're saying through contact tracing. And they said the potential exposure that occurred when Bradley Beal and Jason Tatum were speaking in close proximity on the court post-game Friday night. So basically what they're saying is COVID actually takes off during the game. Like when the game's on, COVID's like, nah, I can't infect anybody. But after the game, like after they guard each other for like 30 minutes, after that, they then talk at center court and COVID says, that's where I can get them. No, listen, saying contact tracing, saying that COVID only transmits after the games, whenever they're talking, it doesn't make sense because there's a 99% chance Bill would actually caught that virus while guarding Jason Tatum, while they were sweating. You know what I mean? Like while body sweat and everything, like it's all transferring. There's no homo, but it's guaranteed that that's probably how he got it. Talking in close proximity after the game is like getting a girl pregnant and then shaking her hand after, and they said, well, we think that might be where it happened. Like, no, that's not where, come on, think. The whole situation to me is just, it's so stupid, dude. Like, it's so ironic that they said that that's where it happened.
Well, that's COVID for you, and that's not surprising that that's happened because we've seen it with real life, especially in California with Dictator Newsom and his curfew at 9 p.m. Because why? Because apparently COVID only comes out after 9 p.m., Caleb. I don't know if you knew this, but malls? No, there's no COVID inside malls. COVID says, no, it's holiday season, it's holiday shopping. We're not going to bother those people.
Well, they put a sign out front that said no COVID. And the COVID saw it, went, dang it. And then it turned around and left.
Yeah.
Why don't we all do
COVID and Swiper are actually first cousins.
Okay, go to www.dimersbasketballpodcast.com/COVID release. And we're going to go ahead and release some merch that's going to say, I do not consent to COVID entering my body. Apparently, if you say that, COVID can't do it because that would just be illegal.